Hey, it's Jason Hornung here from JH Media, and in this video, you're going to discover how to run retargeting campaigns for your Facebook ads. But it's a little bit more than that. See, what I'm going to actually share with you is some advanced strategies that we use inside of our ad agency to amplify the results that we get for our clients and make them huge returns on their ad spend over and over again, year after year. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing that I want to teach you here is there's actually 4 different types of retargeting that I'm going to go through here. These are the main ones that we implement across all of our client accounts as a standard operating procedure. So I'm going to walk you through how each of these things applies, and I'm going to show you how you map that out into your actual strategy of your particular marketing funnel and business model that you're using online. So there's really kind of 2 different types of business models when we break it down into their simplest form. We've got your lead gen type of business model, and then we have a direct to sale. Now, lead gen can take quite a few different varieties. What I've done here is mapped out a very simple common model where we've got an opt-in page of some sort where you're offering a lead magnet. When you redirect them into some kind of offer, if they choose to buy, they click over to a cart, and then if they do buy, there's a thank you page that they go to. And then direct to sale would be something where more like e-commerce, where we're driving traffic to a product page. If they want to buy, they go over to the cart, and when they do buy, then they get sent to the thank you page. So in either of these models, one of the common things that we do is we use video views retargeting, which a lot of people don't know about. So what we'll do with the ad on the top of the funnel is we're going to have a video in that ad. If it's a e-commerce type product, what we're going to do in that particular video is we're going to demonstrate the product, and we're going to talk about the benefits that it gives to the ideal customer that we're going after. Now, when we show those ads, people will view the videos. A small percentage of them will click on the ad and go over the product page, but the larger percentage of them will do nothing. They'll view it, they'll think about it, they may not think about it, and then they move on. Some of them click right away. That doesn't mean that those people aren't interested in your product. So one of the cool things that Facebook allows you to do is you can actually create what they call custom audiences, which are what we use for retargeting purposes anyways. And we create those custom audiences then off of people who have viewed a percentage of your video. Now, Facebook will give you a lot of options. You can go 3 seconds, you can go 10%, 25%, 75%, and then like 90% is the top one. Now, what you choose really depends upon the length of your video and how qualified of a person you want to put onto the retargeting list. Because if somebody watches a larger percentage of your video, they are then a more qualified prospect because they are inherently more engaged in your marketing message if they're sitting through more of it than someone else. Okay, so that's the theory behind that. Now, if you're putting really super long videos, like, over 5 minutes long, if you try to choose some of these higher percentages, you're going to create a smaller audience because not that many people are going to get through that length of the video. But that might be okay for your business. It all really depends on what you're selling and your price point, and like I said, how qualified of a person that you want to have on there. Now, if you got a shorter video, you might want to do a little bit of a shorter segment so you can build a bigger audience of those people. And then what you can do is you can then retarget them with a separate ad that brings them back into the fold. And we can segment out the people that have already actually clicked and gone over here and done what you wanted them to do. So that's how we can pull out these people that have engaged with your ad, they viewed your video, and then we can retarget them with a different ad to drive them back into the funnel and get them into there and try to convert them into a customer. Another option that we use as an SOP is we do page and ad engagement type retargeting. So another option that Facebook gives you that's very unique is you can create a custom audience off of people that have either engaged with a post on your fan page, because all ads are done as technically a post on the fan page. So whether you post something organically or you create an ad, with this particular setting, you can create an audience out of all those people that have engaged with a post or an ad. And you can put a time frame on there. So if you want to get just the people that have done that in the last 10 days, you can do that. You can go all the way up to the last 180 days. So it really depends on, how big of the audience you want to build, and again, how qualified you want to try to have people on this audience when you're retargeting. The shorter you keep it, the more hot in the oven that they are for your product, and so the chances of them wanting to buy if you retarget them is going to be a little bit higher than if they've been sitting out, it's been 180 days since they last engaged with your ad or post, right? So those are some of the things you want to think about there. But what you can do then is you can segment out all the people that have taken the action that you wanted them to take, and then you can create another ad to that audience that drives them back into the fold. So if you're doing lead gen, you'd want to drive them to opt in. If you're doing direct to sale, you drive them straight back to the product page and try to get them to buy. So that's another unique thing that Facebook's going to give you that you can do with retargeting that very few people ever talk about. Then the other two strategies that we use as standard operating procedure with our clients is a non-opt-in and a non-buyer strategy. So if someone's doing lead gen, we can actually implement both of these pieces. If they're not doing lead gen, we can only implement the non-buyer piece because they're not doing any opting in. All right, so non-opt-in is basically when we put our pixel on all of these pages, we can create an audience of people that have visited this page, they've engaged with our ad, they've clicked over to the opt-in, they got to that page, but for some crazy reason, they didn't give us their email address and they never got to see the offer. So we can actually, with the pixel, we can create another custom audience of people who visited this page, but they did not visit this page. So now we can pull that out into an audience and we can send another ad to those people and we can drive them back to the opt-in page. We call that non-opt-in retargeting. So we're getting all the people that engaged with the ad, they did not opt in, and we're giving them a different ad that uses different languaging to try to persuade them to come over here and opt in and get this lead magnet so that we can then follow up with them and offer our products and services to them. What we do with the non-buyer one, and this applies whether we're down here in direct to sale or in the this particular model, is we can create an audience of people that have hit our cart page and they did not hit the buy page. So now we're pulling out all the really engaged prospects that have not bought yet, and we can create another ad that speaks to them and persuades them to come back and buy, and we drive them right back to our cart page and try to get them to buy. These types of retargeting ads are highly, highly, highly effective. They allow you to re-engage with people, create some unique audiences that aren't available to other people so that you can market to them and not have competition, and it helps lower your costs, it increases your conversions, and pops your ROI through the roof. So go ahead and implement these types of retargeting campaigns into your Facebook ads, and you'll see amazing success when you dial in the messaging and you send it to a good product. Okay, so we're over here in the Ads Manager now, and I'm going to show you how to set up a custom audience. I'm just going to give an example of a non-buyer retargeting custom audience, and then I'll show you how to set up an ad real quick to that. So what we do is we go over to our drop-down menu in the Ads Manager, and we're going to select the Audiences link right here. And this is where we can go ahead and create all of our custom audiences. So we're going to use this little blue drop-down box here to select custom audience for create audience. And this one's going to be based off of website traffic. So we're going to choose that website traffic option. Now, you may have more than one pixel in here, so you got to make sure that you're selecting the right pixel. And now what we want to do is we want to create a list of people who've visited specific web pages and they did not visit others. So this one is going to, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this URL contains, and we're going to put in our sales page URL here. So I'm just going to write salespageurl.com because I don't know all of the details of that. And so we want people who visited this page, that's our sales page, and we're going to do that in the last 30 days. And the URL doesn't contain our thank you page. So this is going to be the URL for our thank you page that people see after they buy. Now, one thing you'll notice when I set these up is I did not include any www. Or any HTTPS or without the S, ://. None of that stuff's on there. The reason for that is when you put those things in there, Facebook has a hard time reading the data then, and then the thing doesn't fire off properly. The audience doesn't build the way that we want it to. So we're going to leave all of those elements off and just use the base URL. Now, you're probably going to have some kind of / and then, text after that on those URLs. That's fine. You want to have that in there because, if you don't have it, it's just going to pick up, people on your top domain. Okay, so we want to make sure we put that / stuff in there. I just don't have that in these examples. All right, so this is going to be the page that people see, your sales page when they buy, and this is going to be the page people see, after they purchase to confirm. So that way we're getting a list of people that saw the sales page and did not buy. These are our non-buyers. So we're going to call that non-buyer retargeting. All right, now you click create audience when that's done. I'm not going to do that because this is fake information here. But what you'll see is we've got our non-buyer retargeting audience already built up in here for the last 30 days. Okay, so we have that audience available. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our ads manager and we're going to set up an ad. Now we already have one in here. This is our retargeting campaign right here. And we have this ad right here that's already doing that. So we're going to go ahead and create an ad set typically. Now I'm just going to open up this one and edit it so you can see how we set this up. And what we do is we're going to optimize it to our purchase conversion point because we're trying to generate buyers. We're going to set our daily budget. Then we're going to include that non-buyer retargeting audience. And what I always want to do is exclude the buyers, right? Because if we include this audience, they may have bought somewhere else. They may not have just gotten on here. So we always want to exclude the buyers when we're doing this stuff just to try to make sure that we're not showing these ads again to people that already bought. Because they usually will get kind of upset about that. And it's just a waste of money too if we're showing ads to people that already bought. So we want to exclude them. We're going to put in all of our targeting options there with demographics, our placements, our bid and all that fun stuff. And so we got all that stuff set up in there. And then what we do is we go in and we put our ad together. And we've already got this ad right here, so I'm just going to preview it so you can see it. And so then we've got our ad. It's going out to that audience, and it's driving people back to the sales page to get them to buy. So that's how you go about putting together a non-buyer retargeting ad. You can use the same concept for non-opt-in and any other retargeting strategy. You just create the audience, and then you set it up just like any other ad in the account. You just have your different creative that's going to go out to that particular audience, and then you measure it according to your KPIs, optimize and scale, and go from there and make money. So that's how you go ahead and set that stuff up, use that, and make some money with your Facebook ads. All right, so if you found this video to be of value and you're interested in being able to have a huge advantage that will allow you to put together and scale Facebook ads that sell, then I got something super cool for you. So what I've done is I put together a free PDF that will walk you through our $1 million ad framework. This framework is what has produced all of the most profitable ads that we've ever done for our clients. In fact, we've had over 17 ads that have produced individually $1 million in sales each using this format. On this PDF, I'll walk you through all the different elements, and I'll actually give you an example of one of these ads that has produced $1 million so you can see what all of the different elements are and you can understand the ideas behind them so you can model it into your own business. Now, what I'm also going to do is take this one step further for you. On top of that PDF, I'm going to give you a video that I call the Lazy Man's Guide to Targeting with Facebook Ads. This video will walk you through the exact steps that we go through with all of our huge successful clients to get the profit-producing targets on Facebook so that you can use the ad framework that I'm going to give you to put out to audiences that have the highest probability of bringing you a return on your investment and allowing your campaigns to be successful. So if that's something that you're interested in getting, here's what you got to do. Just go ahead and click the link that we put in the description below. There might be one on the video, there might be one above the video or to the side of the video, you never know. There'll be something on this page that you can click on that's going to take you to a page of my website where you can enter your email, and I'm going to send you that PDF along with that video so you can get a leg up and a huge advantage on starting your Facebook ad campaigns. I look forward to seeing your success. This is Jason Hornung to the Victor Belong the Spoils.